Thanks very much for joining us for better health and safety performance through ISO 45001, Clause 8, Operation. You can reach me at jim@simplifyiso.com or over here on this website with this handy contact button. You'll find that the structure here is the same as all of the high-level structures. See in this diagram right here that the support and operations are together in the bubble on the right-hand side under the do. It's just like the other high-level standards. It has all the same headings, but some different applications in varying degrees throughout the standard. You'll notice in Clause 8.1.1 under Operations that one of the requirements is to adapt the work to workers, besides all the other things you see in the high-level structure. Another consideration is to make sure that in multi-employer workplaces that you coordinate the relevant parts of the occupational health and safety management system with all the other organizations. If you've had anything at all to do with health and safety, you'll know that there's a wonderful pyramid on eliminating hazards. You'll see here that the best approach we're all familiar with is to actually eliminate the hazard, physically remove it if possible. If that's not possible, the next best thing you can do is substitute one hazardous item with another. For example, some of you might be old enough to remember when most shops used Varsol for cleaning parts, cleaning greasy parts. Now everybody has switched to citric cleaners. Takes longer, but there's much less harm to people and of course to the environment as well. The next less preferred option is to put engineering controls in place. For example, guards on machines, maybe a guard around a hole in the floor, fall arrests, things like that. Another less preferable approach is administrative controls, where you change the way the work is performed so that you avoid coming in contact with the hazard. And finally, personal protective equipment, the least preferred method. So once you've exhausted all of the other possibilities, then you can approach the PPE option. Extremely important, of course, with PPE that it fits properly. If it's not suited for the mask fit, for example, it's not going to do the job that it should. Another part of the standard covers requirements for managing change. Change to products, change to services, and changes to processes. Another thing to keep in mind are perhaps changes to legal requirements, knowledge requirements, developments in knowledge and technology, especially with artificial intelligence coming along. Whenever a change occurs in any organization for any reason whatsoever, risk goes up, guaranteed. And the faster the change is happening, the more stress increases as well. So when you have risk increasing and you have stress increasing, it's a recipe for danger. It's a recipe for injury is what it is. Clause 8.1.4 talks about purchasing requirements or procurement requirements. The first thing we see are requirements around the idea of health and safety risks arising from the contractor's activities. The next thing we see are activities and operations that might impact the contractor's workers if you're purchasing contractor services. And finally, the contractor's activities and operations that impact other interested parties in the workplace. So when we look at purchasing the services of contractors, we need to keep these things in mind. 8.2 talks about emergency preparedness and response. Emergency response is something that you may have already addressed in ISO 14001, or you may have an emergency response plan already in your organization. It's important to take any actions necessary to acquire and maintain competence for all your people. Then, of course, retain documented evidence that the employees you are working with are competent. Be sure to refer to the annex in ISO 45001, Clause A8, Operations, and ISO 45002 has some great information in clauses 8.1.1 to 8.2. Feel free to get in touch with us if you'd like to see if our platform and software will help you manage your occupational health and safety program better. You can click on this tab right here and schedule a demo. And if you'd like to explore the possibilities of us doing a complimentary lunch and learn for you, there's a link down below that'll give you an opportunity to contact us about a topic of your choice. Bye for now, and I hope you can join us next time for Clause 9, Performance Measurement. See you then.